Today I'm going to try to draw this quaint corner in Nafplio, Greece, and before I do anything else, even though I want to, I'm drawing the left side of this building. The potted plants are pretty tempting, the stairs aren't, but I figured the best way to get this thing rolling was to just give myself a little frame, and I think that probably helped. Did it make the drawing everything I ever could have hoped it would be? Probably not. No, but I had a good time nonetheless. I hope you will also have a good time. And that's the intro done. Moving on to business talk. Subscribe to the channel. That's pretty much it. I don't make a cent off of these. I just do it for the love. But also, maybe one day, I don't know, I could get Sakura to send me a pen or two. That would be cool. So let's pump up these numbers and let's do it for the pens. Also, if you're new here, hello. I'm learning to draw. That's not my name, but it kind of sounds like it when I say it like that. But yeah, I'm learning to draw while traveling the world. There's my full name. And if that sounds like a concept you might find interesting, do what I told the others and subscribe. Anyway, I'm feeling rambly today. Sorry, I'm trying to suppress it, so bear with me. Why did I choose this to draw? Let's talk about that. Why is this, of all things, my reference for today's drawing? Well, as I've said before, I think it's pretty. Sometimes that gets me into trouble. Pretty things can be notoriously confusing, but I think they're worth it most of the time. I want to be good at drawing them. They make for nice videos for the left sides of these videos. And actually, that's the end of the sentence. There is no and. But yeah, I really liked the potted plants on the steps. The sign and the street light were pretty interesting together. And there were just a ton of other little things that you can see strewn about this scene. So I figured I'd have plenty to work with, which was true. But ironically, while drawing this, there came a time when I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out what to draw next. And that was before I drew the sign. You'll see it about 2/3 of the way through that I've worked my way around the whole composition before finally getting to the right side. And that seems to happen to me more and more. I get so fixated on one or two things that I lose track of everything else around me. I actually had to ask my wife for suggestions on what to draw, like what things I might have missed, like while I was drawing. And I shouldn't have to do that. She has many more important things to do than do what I should be doing, namely look at the reference. So that's nice. What else is going on? Check out my stairs. I still hate them with a burning intensity. They're awful, but I don't think I did such a terrible job with these. And actually, maybe now's a good chance to talk about why I don't like them. And I'll try to be precise. So first of all, and I'm not sure how long this list will be, we'll find out together. First of all, the thing that initially made me hate steps or stairs or whatever I keep calling them, it doesn't really matter, is that it's a stack of straight lines. With not that fantastic of line work, I struggle with this, and it makes the whole drawing look a lot less elegant when they're wobbly and anything but straight, but I'm working on it. Second, and good thing there are at least 2 points here or this would have been a dumb list. Second, it's the different planes all the way up. So you have the front of the step, which faces the camera. Then you have the top of the step, which faces the sky. That's fine and easy, actually, when you think about it like that. But when you're drawing lines, each step requires 3. But the third, if I was working from bottom to top, is also the first for the next step. That gets confusing. So it helps to think in planes. But then if you can see the side of the stairs, that gets confusing too. And it all just gets messy and annoying and so on. Plus, I'm not drawing the planes. I'm not painting a flat surface. I'm drawing the lines that border that flat surface. Anyway, third, and we're on a roll here, is the perspective. As you work your way from this bottom step to the top, you see less and less of the top plane of the steps. So the first one has a lot of surface area to see and therefore draw. The second has less, the third has even less, and so on. Also, as you work your way up, you'll see that the lines of the bottom step angle down into the left dramatically, whereas the top step is pretty much perfectly straight. Again, that's just perspective, and well, those are the reasons I hate stairs. It's this big combination of factors that all need to go reasonably smoothly, or else the whole thing looks like a mess. Today, you'll notice that I sketched them in with reckless abandon, focusing only on the first and the third points of my hatred. Which, if you're paying attention, you'll know that those were the straight lines and the perspective. I completely ignored the whole plane thing, which means I can get these kind of right, and I can go in later and figure out which ones point up and which ones point out. That will still prove difficult, but at least I got the general shape down. However, and they don't tell you this while you're sitting on the corner drawing them, there's a certain number of stairs. Did I count them? No. Does that matter? Probably not. You tell me. So like I said, I knew I was going to ramble in this one, but at least now you know why the stairs get on my nerves so much. I think this was a pretty simple way to just get them on the paper, drawing a bunch of lines like this, but I'd love to figure out a better way. Because actually I'd prefer to like drawing stairs. I think that would benefit me in the end, so hopefully I can stumble upon something soon. All in all, I'm not a huge fan of this, mostly because I never really considered how all of the things in this scene would come together. I didn't really measure anything out. I just eyeballed it, and that didn't help anything commingle. Everything looks a little disparate, and I'm not sure how to fix that at this moment. Maybe I should have focused on a smaller portion of this, like just the plant and the sign, ignoring the rest. Who knows? Do you know? Let me know. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.